Hi guys and welcome to Horologique. Today we will be checking the Seiko SRPG29 and this is part of the new Seiko 5 family which came out around 2-3 years ago, and this one is the spiritual replacer of two very important lines from Seiko 5, the SNZG line and the SNK80x line. The first being a 42mm military style watch and the second one being the darling little 37mm military aviator watch, for which I made a video that you can see in here. Those are some very big shoes to be filling for this watch. Is it up to the task? Does it suffer from all of the negative points that we have pointed previously to the new Seiko 5 line? Let's see that right away. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It does help a lot, guys, so thank you very much if you do. First of all, let's talk about the different models that you can get in this family. There's basically two types of watches here. There's the ones with the sunburst dials and there's the ones with the matte dials. You've got this SRPG29, which is the blue, of course. You've got the 27, which is the black dial. And in regards to the matte dials, you've got the SRPG33, which is the green dial. Very important for a military-inspired watch. You've got the SRPG35, which is the black dial and comes with a canvas strap. And you've got my favorite, the SRPG39, which is the blue dial with golden numerals and hands. Let's talk about price, because that is important for this watch as well. As you know, this is now the entry level from Seiko, so the cheapest you can get besides from the leftovers from the previous Seiko 5 models. And here, when it came out, this model last year, it was at around the $280 mark, which was just too much for such a watch, at least from my point of view. Here they are, now they are coming down, and I'm going to be leaving you links for what I see on Amazon. I see them at around a little bit over $200. That is a much more acceptable price. Well, gone are the times where you could find the SNK80x family at the $50, $60 mark. Those times are long gone. Now we have to accept that we have to pay 4 or 5 times more for these Seiko 5s. That is a hard pill to swallow, but this is the reality we live in now. Let's focus on this one and let's start with dimensions. You've got a diameter of 39.4, so right in the middle between the SNK80x and the SNZG. You've got a height of 13.3 millimeters, and that is in part due to the slightly domed hardlex crystal. You've got a log-to-log of 47.6 millimeters. You've got female end link, so the end link to end link here is 45.9 millimeters. The log width is 20 millimeters and the bracelet tapers from 20 to 18 millimeters and back up to 20 millimeters at the clasp. Size for my 7-inch wrist, the weight of this watch is 131 grams. Let's be honest, this watch wears well on the wrist. I would have liked it to be a little bit thinner, especially because you only have 100 meters of water resistance here, but there you go. Let's focus on the dial here. In this version you've got the blue sunburst dial, a very nice sunburst, an anthracite blue, which plays pretty well with the light. Let's talk about the numerals, very characteristic of military watches. And here you've got applied numerals for the 1 to 12 and printed numerals for the military time 13 to 24. On the upper part of the dial you've got the applied Seiko branding and you've got the new 5 shield printed right underneath. At the bottom of the dial you've got the automatic text in a stylish vintagey font. At 3 you've got the date, which is black, so not really color matched, but it comes close, and the date window is framed in white. You of course have a seconds track in which you have the applied indices, rectangles for 3, 6 and 9, an inverted triangle for the 12 numeral, squares everywhere else. Let's talk about the handset here. and the handset is pretty much brought over from the SNZG models. These are pretty much thick batons, with the hour hand being shorter and broader, and the minute hand being longer and slimmer, with its tip touching the hour rectangles. The second hand is a land style, with its tip painted in red, and it goes almost all the way to the second markings. So a pretty hands-on face for this watch, but all this writing makes it a bit cluttered here, especially with that big day-date frame. The lume is loomy bright, and a good amount of it, especially on the hands. The looms are pretty small, so they fade pretty quickly. The hands kind of hang on in there, but I cannot help but feel that there's a missed opportunity here, because I would have loved to see those Arabic numerals filled with lume. That would have been a wonderful sight to see after dark. Let's go to the case of this watch. And the difference here with the previous Seiko 5 models is that the crown is now a 3. The finishing on this case is circular on the bezel and on top of the lugs, and without transition it goes to polished on the sides of the watch. I would have liked a transition here. It would have given the watch a bit of refinement. To be noted on the case, the lugs are pierced, which makes changing straps easier. When you flip over the watch, you can see the transparent case back, through which is visible the Seiko 4R36 movement with its signed Seiko 5 rotor. In fact, let's see how this one is performing. The accuracy here is typical of an NH35, around the +10 mark, which is very good for the price of this movement. You know what they say, cheap, reliable, easy to maintain and even to replace. Only the bit error is quite a bit high here, but nothing too alarming in any case. The crown is just pull-push, pretty easy to grip. Seiko does say that this watch has 100 meters of water resistance. I don't see why we shouldn't trust them, even though you do not have a screw-down crown here. The crown is unsigned, however. What can we say here? I would have liked to see it signed, but there you go. Seiko don't even sign it for their mid-tier. Why would they sign it for their entry level? The bracelet, and here comes a pretty funny part of the watch. Aesthetically, there is nothing wrong with this bracelet. It is a 3-link bracelet, which is vertically brushed and looks pretty good. And of course, as you can expect, the end links are hollow and you just have push pins, but here Seiko has really tried to make the links appear solid when they are actually hollow. And you can see that when you see it from the sides. You can see that line crossing in there, which shows us that they are actually hollow. The clasp is no better. It is signed Seiko, it has a double security and a double release mechanism, but it is all pressed metal from the shell to the elements. What else did you expect from Seiko at this level? Let's sum up the watch, the good, the bad. Some good, of course. This watch looks good. The dial is a highlight, I would say. It wears well on the wrist. Compared to the previous Seiko 5 military watches, it does have the more modern 4R movement, which hack it and hand winding, so that is wonderful. So it modernizes the two lines, the SNZG and the SNK80x. It blends them together in a very nice modern package and better sized at that for most wrists. Now on the flip side, well, the price has gone way up, even though it is coming down now to more accessible levels, but it is still double what you used to pay for an SNZG. You still have hardlex. You could expect sapphire at this price point, and I cannot help but think that the lume was a missed opportunity here. It is not bad, but I would have loved to see those numerals loomed. And of course, as usual, that bracelet. Bracelets are always bad with Seikos, up to the, I would say even on the high level, Seiko bracelets are not the best, but here they try to pass it as a solid link, and I believe that at this price point they could have given us at least a solid link bracelet. Overall, a good option if you like the aesthetics. If you can have it at 200 or less, that is much better. I myself would have went for the matte dial versions. That has been the review. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks again, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Goodbye.